Roosters is open and ready to take you over this weekend. It's chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, fries, hamburgers, chips, and more. Appreciate it. A wonderful cold hot chocolate. Are available now. The Bear Cafe is located at the south end of the main grandstand. The proceeds this evening will help fund numerous athletic activities throughout Berkeley High School. The Berkeley Bears will thank you for your support.
And hello and welcome everybody. We are here at Berkeley, Michigan at Hurley Field as the 1-5 Berkeley Bears on the night of their homecoming getting set to take on the 2-4 Stony Creek Cougars in an OAA white matchup as we get set for kickoff. It is a dark, misty night here in southeast Michigan. Rain on and off all day here in the area and still going as we get set for kick here. It's David Long back to receive along with Rico Cunningham as Stony Creek kicks, and we are underway. Coming up to get this one is Cunningham, and he lost the handle, has it at the 15 up through the 20, and he's going to be brought down carrying a man on his back, though. It was Evan Ward on the stop, the senior, but Berkeley will have good field position here as they start with the football at their own 35-yard line. Berkeley in their last game, a 62-0 loss to Oak Park. Certainly a disappointing game if you're Berkeley, but here on homecoming, a big crowd on hand, all the homecoming festivities before the game. As it is David Long in at quarterback for Berkeley. Long with it, Long rolling right. From his 30, looking downfield, and that one is going to be in the turf. That pass was intended. Hard to tell from over here. It looked like that pass was intended for number 16 for Berkeley. So it brings up 2nd and 10, ball on the 35-yard line. 3 wide here for Berkeley, a pistol formation. Man in motion, Long hands off to Rico Cunningham on the little jet sweep. Cunningham is going to be brought down, little to no gain, picked up about a yard. He's gang tackled over there by a host of Stony Creek defenders. In leading the way for Stony Creek was number 28, Jordan Tungate. Jumped. So we're going to get a penalty here. So this will give Berkeley an extra 5 here. So that will make it 3rd and 4 here. 1 yard gained on the give to Rico Cunningham. Ball at the 41. Pass downfield, it's caught. It is caught all the way into Stony Creek territory at the 30-yard line. It is Evan Payne. Found him right up the seam, and it's a big play for Berkeley. Berkeley now in the hurry-up. Long with it. They have it at the Stony Creek 31. Man in motion. Fakes the give. Off the left side, and it's going to be a good gain, and he breaks the tackle. That's number 21, Jeremiah Watkins, and he will score. A 31-yard touchdown run for Jeremiah Watkins. And the Berkeley Bears are off to a fast start here at home on homecoming night. The extra point is good from Sean Smike. And the Berkeley Bears have taken a 7-0 lead here with 10:48 to go. With 10:48 to go. I'd like to make a correction. Drake Monroe is the starting quarterback for Berkeley here tonight, and he looked tremendous on that drive. Really just the one big play, the long pass play to Evan Payne that got things going for Berkeley. So now the 1-5 Berkeley Bears, they didn't score in their entire last game against Oak Park, but it's the big completion to Evan Payne and then a 31-yard touchdown run from Jeremiah Watkins to set Berkeley up as they lead it 7-0 here now with 10:48 to go in the first quarter. So it'll be Sean Smike on the kick here for Berkeley. Berkeley in the navy uniforms, white lettering with red trim, no name on the back. And then on the Stony Creek side, they have the all-white look here tonight, the gold helmets, green lettering with the gold trim. Andre Demetral is back deep, along with Michael Melarne and Noah Catello. So Smike on to kick, 7-0 Berkeley. Trying to move to 2-5 on the season. This is a Berkeley team that went to the playoffs in each of their last 3 seasons. Obviously not the way they wanted things to go, and it's going to be a squib kick, fielded at about the 32-yard line. With it for Stony Creek was number 80, Ben Dargel, and he's going to take that one all the way down to the 45. So Berkeley trying to avoid the big play, presumably, and in this weather, maybe trying to force a mistake on Stony Creek. They are unable to do so, though, and Stony Creek will get the ball at their own 46. So that is where they will start. Frank Potenza, the third, is the quarterback for Stony Creek. It's a Stony Creek team coming in at 2-4. They win out. Still an outside chance at the playoffs. So here's Potenza, and now we are going to get whistles as he tried to give that one to number 25, Jericho Barr Redmond. We are going to get a false start, and that'll set Stony Creek back 5 yards. So 2nd and 15 now here for the Rochester Stony Creek Cougars. First meeting between these two teams since 2007. Both in the OAA white this year. Stony Creek won that game 10 years ago. Potenza in the gun, he's got 3 wide. Barr Redmond behind him, play fake. Rolling to his right is Potenza. Potenza being chased by a Berkeley defender, and Potenza's just gonna have to go down. Coming and getting the sack and then pointing to his home crowd is number 62, Quentin Anderson. And that will set Stony Creek back even farther here. Make it 2nd and, I believe, about 19. So a long way to go now if you're Stony Creek. You're way behind the chains. 2nd and 20. From their own 37-yard line. The original line of scrimmage was all the way up at the 46. Potenza gets it. Potenza rolling to his left, looking downfield, middle of the field, and that one is going to be overthrown, nearly picked off in the area over there. Was number 10 for Berkeley, Kwame Henry, the strong safety. So that will bring up 3rd and 20 now here for head coach Bob Lancey. Lancey in his 2nd year as the Stony Creek head coach. Spent 41 years at Utica Eisenhower, included 4 trips to the Division I state finals. Trying to rebuild this Stony Creek program, one that started in 2002. Potenza has it. Potenza looking for a quick route. That one deflected. It's going to fall to the turf here at Hurley Field, but it will bring up a 4th down for Stony Creek. So the punting unit comes on for the Cougars, and the Berkeley defense celebrates. They set back Stony Creek 10 yards on their first possession here. One score in this game. It was a 31-yard touchdown from Jeremiah Watkins. Long back to receive for Berkeley, along with Cunningham. That one is going to be fielded out of bounds by Cunningham. Cunningham off the right side. Cunningham using that speed. He's going to be brought down at the 39. Actually looked like that was Scott Smith who fielded that. So it'll be Berkeley football here at the 39-yard line. They faced a 3rd and 4 on their last possession. They went right down the seam to Evan Payne. So we'll see what the offense comes out with here. Drake Monroe, the quarterback. He's got Jeremiah Watkins with him in the backfield. Twins to the left for Monroe. One receiver at the top. Monroe with it. Monroe looking right, and he's got his man. And that is complete to number 20. That's Evan Payne, his second reception of the day. That one just a short gain for about 4. Berkeley staying in the hurry up here. 8:53 to go here in the first quarter. Berkeley with a 7-0 lead. That one going to be given to Cunningham. They're going to run another jet sweep. Cunningham trying to find some room, and he's going to be brought down after a minimal gain here. 8:40 to go first quarter. And now Berkeley will face another 3rd down here. It was a 3rd down on their last possession where they hit it big to Evan Payne. And then Jeremiah Watkins on the very next play took it 31 yards. We'll see what Berkeley elects to do here. 3rd and 7. Long in motion. Berkeley now with trips to the right side, 4 wide receivers. Monroe with it. Monroe, they're going to set up a little bubble screen. Looking over there, looks like it's Rico Cunningham. Check that, David Long. David Long made a couple of men miss, but he's going to be brought down a couple of yards shy of the 1st down marker. So we'll see what Berkeley elects to do here, sitting at 1-5, and on homecoming night. We do have a flag. And it's going to be a hold on Berkeley. So now what do you do if you're Stony Creek? And they're going to accept it. So that gives Berkeley another shot at a 3rd down here, but obviously takes Berkeley out of a 4th and 2 situation. Head coach Bob Lancey did not want to chance that to see what Berkeley was going to do. That Berkeley has had some success offensively and in the short to intermediate passing game. So Lancey is going to make them do 3rd down again. It's going to be 3rd and 15 for Berkeley. 8:07 to go first quarter. 4 wide for Drake Monroe. He's got Watkins with him in the backfield. The snap. Monroe stepping up in the pocket. Monroe looking, and he's got his man, and he's going to be brought down by the jersey over there. That was number 23, Jacob Budzinski. So he picked up about 6 to 7 yards there, maybe a little more. But ultimately it will bring on the punt unit for Berkeley. So the decision pays off there for Bob Lancey, as there will be no question as to the Berkeley decision here. So it's Sean Smike into punt, his first of the night. Back deep to receive for Stony Creek is Andre Dimitrov. 3 men in front of Smike. Clean snap, and he's going to get that one off in the face of a few defenders. Dimitrov calling for a fair catch. He has it and will down it right there at the 32-yard line. So now out comes Frank Potenza and this Stony Creek offense, and they had a tough time on their last possession. Got it all the way up at the 46-yard line. Negative 10 yards on that possession. So we'll see if the Berkeley defense is able to push them back again here on the second Stony Creek possession of the game. As we mentioned, Stony Creek still with playoff eligibility at 2-4 and playing in the OAA white. I have to think the points might work in their favor, but there's a lot of work to do still, and it starts here tonight. That give is to Bar Redmond, and he's going to take it. No gain, though. Good job by the Berkeley defense. A little push up front there for Stony Creek. Jericho Bar Redmond, a senior on this Stony Creek team. Second and 9, it was a pickup of 1 officially for Bar Redmond. 3 wide here for Stony Creek. Potenza with it. Potenza looking downfield. They're going for the deep ball, and he's got a man. It is caught all the way at the 28-yard line. It is Adam Hilton, the big gainer. And how about Frank Potenza showing off the arm there? Stony Creek going in the hurry up. They're going to mark that one at the 29. 4 wide, Potenza, and now they're going to run that clock. Stony Creek in the hurry up. Potenza with it. Looking right side, and he's got his man. That one is complete. That is to number 80, Ben Dargell. Stony Creek still in the hurry up. Potenza with 4 wide. Second and 2, that was an 8-yard pickup. Potenza gets it. 5 wide, and they're going to give it up the middle. Austin Tungate, and he lost the football, and Berkeley has it. A tough break there for Stony Creek. Austin Tungate was inside the 15-yard line, and he simply coughed it up. Berkeley falls on top of it. It was Jacob Budzinski who fell on the fumble, and after the big play on the long gain from Potenza to Adam Hilton, Berkeley will take over. So Berkeley football here at their own 8 as Drake Monroe and the offense come back out. Check that, David Long is in at quarterback now. So Drake Monroe out, Long in. Long right up the middle on first down, and he picked up a few. Falls right into the pile at about the 11-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. So big plays, the name of the game here early in this football game on homecoming night here at Berkeley High School. Saw the big play to Evan Payne to get Berkeley's first drive going, a long pass completion. Jeremiah Watkins scored from 31 yards out. And then it looked like Stony Creek was poised to score on the long completion from Potenza to Adam Hilton. But Austin Tungate, an unforced fumble, really, gives it back to Berkeley. 2nd and 7, that was a 3-yard pickup. Longs give, and off the right side over there is number 20 for Berkeley. That, I believe, Evan Payne tried to take it to the outside, but he's going to be brought down. So we'll bring up another 3rd down here for Berkeley, 3rd and 7. Berkeley has already used 2 quarterbacks. Ricardo Cunningham coming rushing to the sideline here for the Bears. So Drake Monroe back in at quarterback. He's got trips to the left. Looks like Long, Payne, and Budzinski. And now we are going to get a whistle, presumably for a false start. They tried to set up that bubble screen, and that would have been blown up anyway. So probably a break there for Berkeley. We'll see what the whistle is for them. And it is for a false start. So it is a 5-yard penalty, make it 3rd and 11. 4:25 to go here, first quarter. I'd like to thank you for joining us homecoming night. Obviously, for both of these teams, not the way either their season they wanted their seasons to go, but obviously always a plus when you can win on your homecoming night. And then for Stony Creek, they still have some playoff eligibility, and they're trying to spoil this thing here for Berkeley. Long in motion, fake to give to him, and off the left side is Watkins. He's going to pick up a few, and we do have another flag. And if it is holding, you have to think this one will be declined. Wait, word for the official, and it is holding. So that will set Berkeley back. And interesting decision here for Lancey, and looks waving to decline it. The only reason I thought he may accept it, he pushed Berkeley back even farther, have them punt from their own end zone. But head coach Bob Lancey elects to decline here. Just get that football back. And I think if you're Lancey, your offense has shown the ability to move the football. Don't take any chances. Berkeley has shown that they have some big playability as well. Just get that ball back and try to get this thing tied. So it'll be Sean Smike into punt here for the Bears. Under 4 to go now, first quarter. Berkeley still holding a 7-0 lead. Berkeley Smike from his own end zone, and that one a decent punt. Waving for a fair catch is Dimitrov. He's going to get it at about his 50. So how about that from Sean Smike? About a 54 or 55-yard punt. As they'll give Stony Creek still good field position, but great job by Smike to give his defense a chance here. As the Cougars will start with it at midfield. So one turnover in this football game. It came on an a Jordan Tungate fumble. As Stony Creek had it inside the 15-yard line, and Tungate, wet weather here tonight, simply lost the football. That give off the right side to Jericho Barr Redmond, and he's going to go out of bounds after a pickup of about 5. He's hit out of bounds. No flags fly. It is a pickup of 5 on first down for Stony Creek. So all the way down. 45, good gain there. I'll bring up 2nd and 5 here for the Cougars. Dimitrov up top for Potenza. He's got Adam Hilton at the bottom. Dargell in the slot, and Potenza's going to give it to Jericho Barr Redmond. Barr Redmond is going to be brought down right there by number 21, Jeremiah Watkins. Also in on that stop was Jacob Budzinski. About a pickup of about 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 here for the Cougars. Coming off is Quentin Anderson. Anderson with a sack in this football game. So a big 3rd and 3 here, and you have to wonder, is it 4-down territory for Stony Creek at this point in the field? I think their punter can pin Berkeley deep. Potenza gets the snap. Potenza looking, and a good pass over there to Adam Hilton, and that will move the chains. So Potenza establishing a rapport with Adam Hilton early in this one. That's a pickup of about 7. Yep, pickup of 7. And 1st and 10 now for Stony Creek. They have it at the Berkeley 36-yard line. Potenza gets the snap. Is give up the middle, and it's going to pick up a couple on that carry. Was Vincent Kuchak. Excuse me. So he picked up about 1. Coming up on the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Berkeley with a 7-0 lead. 2nd and 10, they ruled that last one no gain. Potenza gets it. Potenza, they're going to run the end around to Hilton. Hilton trying to get to the edge, giving chase and bringing him down. What a play by Scott Smith. Scott Smith would not let Adam Hilton get to the edge there. What a job defensively as he swarmed to the football. And he brings down Adam Hilton. There was space. There was a ton of space. If Scott Smith doesn't pursue the ball, get to the ball like that and make that open field tackle, that might be a big gain for Stony Creek. So bring up 3rd and 14, 1:23 to go in the first quarter. Potenza gets it. Potenza looking downfield, now rolling to his right. Frank Potenza, and that one is going to be deflected, and it'll fall dead at the 20-yard line. In the air for Berkeley over there was Jake Wilson. And that will bring on the punt unit here for Stony Creek facing a 4th and 14.
Hey, gentlemen, excuse me, gentlemen.
Back deep. Smith and Long. Line drive kick. Scott Smith over there, and what a punt. It's going to go out of bounds, and I believe that went out before the pylon. It did. What a job there by the Stony Creek special teams. And now it'll be Berkeley football here. Inside their own 1-yard line. 59 seconds to go. And now you got to think about what the strategy is if you're head coach Kissinger for the Berkeley Bears, as you want to get some breathing room. Right now, Stony Creek down in this football game, but winning the field position battle, and with what the potency that they've showed on offense, certainly no small feat, as now Kissinger wants a timeout here with 59 seconds to go. So we'll use this opportunity to recap you. We'll take this opportunity to recap you on where we're at so far and how we got here. Berkeley scored very early. They hit a big completion from Drake Monroe to Evan Payne down the seam to the 31-yard line of Stony Creek. That set up a 31-yard touchdown run from Jeremiah Watkins. He broke a few tackles, used that athleticism to get into the end zone. Extra point from Sean Smike was good. Stony Creek did a nice job of responding, though, on their second possession. Their first possession, they got it at the 46, got moved back, but on their second possession, they hit a big pass over the top to Adam Hilton, and then Jordan Tungate had it inside the 15-yard line. He coughed it up. That gave Berkeley the football back, and that is where we stand currently, 7-0 after the Berkeley punt. 59 seconds to go. Drake Monroe under center. We'll see what Berkeley does. Going to switch sides here in a moment. Trying to get him to jump off sides, get a little breathing room. Almost worked there, but Stony Creek stays on. And they're just going to run a QB sneak. And he might have got one or two, gives him a little bit of space. Not much, though. That clock running, 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Been a good competitive football game here. And when you think about the records coming in, obviously, like we said, Berkeley playing on their homecoming night. This is a packed house here at Hurley Field. Great showing on a cold and rainy night. And on the Rochester Stony Creek side, they still are playing for playoff eligibility. And no matter how dire it may seem, when you're on that team, you believe that it's certainly possible. 18 seconds. This should be the final play unless we have an incomplete pass or penalty. 13 seconds to go, first quarter. Monroe, give off the right side, Payne, and Payne's going to be brought down after a pickup of about 3. And that will do it for the first quarter. So the Berkeley Bears, a 31-yard touchdown run from Jeremiah Watkins. That is all the scoring we got in the first quarter. Berkeley leads at 7-0. Stay with us. You are watching OAA White Football, brought to you by CMN TV. And second quarter about to get underway here from Hurley Field. 3rd and 6 right now or 3rd and 5, excuse me, for the Berkeley Bears. They have it on their own 6. Drake Long is in the gun for the Bears. Long gets the snap, looking left, and he's going to be brought down. And it looked like for Stony Creek, hard to see the numbers from here, but I believe it was Kevin Price in on that sack for the Cougars. And now that will bring on the punt unit here for Berkeley. So Sean Smike will be punting from his own end zone once again. So Sean Smike was able to get off a boomer of a punt last time, and that really helped his defense manage from that point of the field. We'll see if he's able to do it again here. Smike has the snap. Smike gets it off, and that one Not quite as good, still a good punt. Fielded at the 43 by Dimitrov. Dimitrov trying to take it up the middle. Now he's going to reverse field. He's going to be brought down at the 36 or 37. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 36 and a half, it looks like. Looks like right at the 36. So that is where Stony Creek will take over here. 11:06 to go here, early second quarter. Berkeley still holding on to that 7-0 lead. So here is Frank Potenza III back in. He's got Jericho Redmond behind him. And play fake to Redmond. Potenza rolling to his right, and he's got his man. And that's going to be a first down. Oh, and he's upended, but not before about a 12-yard pickup. That was Peyton Youngblood on the reception. We do have a whistle, and it looks like an injured player. Cannot see who that is from here. The player's coming to a knee. 10:56 to go here in the second quarter. And appears to be David Long. So he is coming off a little bit slowly, but he is being helped off the field by the training staff of Berkeley. So it'll be first down, Stony Creek. That pass was complete to Peyton Youngblood. That's Youngblood's first reception of the game. Small little slot receiver, and Stony Creek did a great job with the play fake. They haven't ran the ball well, but Jericho Redmond, very quick and explosive player. Even though they haven't ran it effectively, that play fake can still be effective when you have a player like him in the backfield. So here we go, 1st and 10, Stony Creek. And the give is to Jericho Redmond. Redmond goes up the middle, pickup of about 2 or 3 on first down for the Cougars. They're going to run the hurry up. 10.5 minutes to go. Stony Creek trying to square things up here early second quarter. Potenza with it. 3-step drop, rolling to his right. Pass complete, a yard shy of the first down. And that one was complete to Adam Hilton. So about an 8-yard reception there. It'll be about a 7-yard reception. It should be about 3rd and 1 here for the Cougars. Third and 1, 16-yard line. Whole playbook open right now for head coach Bobby Lance of Stony Creek. Potenza has looked sharp throwing the ball despite the wet conditions here tonight. Same for Drake Monroe on the other side. Potenza from the gun, gets it. Quick drop. Potenza looking left side. That one is almost intercepted, but then it's caught. It is caught by Austin Hilton. I don't know if he has enough for the first. What a turn of events for Berkeley. They're marking that one at the 14, so that should be enough for the first down based on the previous spot. I don't know if it's going to be 4th and inches. No, it's going to be 4th and less than a yard. That close, nearly picked off. It got deflected to Hilton. He's going to be inches shy of the first down. See if we get a sneak here, something of the like from Frank Potenza. Potenza under center. Potenza, and he is going to sneak, and he got it. No question there. Picked up 1 or 2. Plenty for the first down, and that will move the chains here for Stony Creek. So what a turn of offense there for Stony Creek. And you think about the tough break they got when Tungate simply lost that football in the first quarter. We'll see if this one pays off in the form of 7 points for them after they get that lucky break on the bounce. So 8:35 to go first quarter. Ball up at 13 of Berkeley. Potenza with it. Give to Jericho Barr Redmond. Redmond off the right side, busted inside. He's going to be brought down. And he picked up, looks like about 7 yards on first down. He was brought down there. By Rico Cunningham. 2nd and 5 here for the Cougars. 3 wide. Jericho Barr Redmond in the backfield. Haven't seen a ton of Tungate since the fumble. Potenza, play fake, rolling to his left. He's being chased. Potenza to the end zone. Oh, just out of the reach. As sliding over there was Adam Hilton. Hilton's had a big time first half here so far in this one, but not quite long enough to catch up to that. We do have a flag. And it's going to be roughing the passer. Did not see who hit Frank Potenza late. We don't have the luxury of instant replay here, unfortunately. So it'll be half the distance to the goal. 4-yard line. 1st and goal now for Stony Creek. So instead of 3rd down, Stony Creek catches yet another break on this drive. 7:47 to go. Clock stopped. Potenza fakes the give, rolling to his right. They like to get him moving, and that one off the hands of Dargel. Beautiful play design, and Frank Potenza had his man. Probably should have had that pass a little lower and led Ben Dargel, but still off the hands of Dargel. That's a tough one for Stony Creek because that one was certainly there. Great play call from head coach Lancey. So 2nd and goal from the 4 here. Long coming in and coming out for Berkeley. Number 6, Cameron Johnson. 2nd and goal from the 4. Potenza, give to Jericho Barr Redmond. Barr Redmond is going to, did he get in? He did. 2nd effort in Jericho Barr Redmond. A 4-yard touchdown run. And now Stony Creek is an extra point away from tying this football game. To kick the extra point is Michael. Check that, Kyle Roy. Kick is up, and it is good. Check that, Miller Largman on the extra point. So 7-7, we are all evened up here with 7:33 to go. As Frank Potenza leads his Cougars down the field, and they are able to tie things up here. So it has been the running backs for both sides. It was Jeremiah Watkins, a 31-yard run in the first quarter. They scored quick, just a minute 12 seconds into this game. Took Stony Creek a little bit longer, but look at the way Frank Potenza's played tonight. He has stayed poised, thrown the ball well. And then, of course, they catch the good bounce on the deflection on 3rd and long, went right to Adam Hilton, and then they easily ran a QB sneak from there, got the first down, and then you have a roughing the passer prior to what would have been a 3rd down on an incompletion. So those two things allow Stony Creek to punch that thing in from 4 yards out. Extra point good from Melilarny, and now it is 7-7. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight as Melilarny's kick is off, and it is Long with it at his own 10. Long past the 25. Long makes one man miss. He's going to be down at the 30. Brought down over there, looked by Tungate. He was trying to pry that ball loose, unable to. So it will now be Berkeley football as they try to respond here to the Stony Creek touchdown. Like we mentioned earlier, these two teams, their last matchup was in 2007. And that was a Stony Creek 50-28 win on that night. Berkeley's last win against Stony Creek was all the way back in 2004. They've lost 3 in a row to Stony Creek. David Long is in at quarterback. Rico Cunningham in motion, and they're going to fake the toss. Here goes Long off the left side. He's got room past the 40, all the way down to the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards for the elusive David Long. So head coach Kissinger trying to mix it up a little bit. We've seen Monroe in passing situations, and we've seen him elect to have David Long use his feet from that QB spot here so far tonight. It'll be Long in at quarterback again. From the 44, zone 44. Long will go right up the middle, now take it outside. He gets a good block over there. Oh, we have a flag. We have a flag, and this crowd is upset, and I think they may have a legitimate gripe. Just as I was about to comment on what a good job Jake Wilson was doing blocking downfield, he is going to get whistled for a hold. And this crowd is unhappy, and you don't like to question officials. It looked textbook. The official obviously saw something else. It negates another good run for David Long, and that's going to set Berkeley back here. Really, really tough break there. That will take them all the way back to the 39-yard line. 6:47 to go here in what has been a good football game. Throw the records out. This has been well played. We've seen a lot of passing. Both quarterbacks have been sharp. And we have a 7-7 tie on homecoming night here at Berkeley High School. Around that time of year where most high schools in the area are celebrating their homecoming. A festive event at any high school here. Berkeley, no different. 4 wide. David Long is the quarterback on 1st and 16 now. The give is to Long. Direct snap, and he's going to try to bounce this one outside. He's got room, and he's going to bring it back to the original line of scrimmage at the 44, so it should be 2nd and 10. $6:10 to go here, first half. Second and 9. That was a pickup of 7 for David Long. David Long has run it effectively on this drive. He's got 2 in the backfield with him, Payne and Watkins, both in 3-point stances. That one is give to Payne, and Payne delivers a blow at the 50. Taking the brunt of that one was poor Peyton Youngblood, as Evan Payne, I think, outweighs him by about 40 or 50 pounds. Nice job by Youngblood, though, to stay in there and help to bring Evan Payne down. So we've got 3rd and 4 here for the Berkeley Bears. Still David Long in at quarterback. Long gets it. He's going to give this one back to Evan Payne. Payne trying to get to the first down. He's got it. No question about it. He's a yard pass. 6-yard gain on 3rd and 4. As Evan Payne and David Long. The Berkeley Bears using the ground game on this drive to move it down the field. Running a lot of clock. 5:06 to go. It's stopped right now, but this has been a quick-moving second quarter here from Berkeley High School. Packed crowd, stay with us at halftime. We will have all your homecoming events, festivities. Here's Long from the 45. That one is given to Jeremiah Watkins, and Watkins is going to be met by Tungate. Oh, excuse me, I believe that was number. Check that. That was Tungate. He got past that defender, but then was brought down afterwards. Pickup of 5. So 2nd and 5 here. Long. And oh, fumble. Ball is loose. Payne coughed it up, and Stony Creek is on it. Tough break there. It was Athletic Jones who fell on that thing. And Berkeley was doing a nice job on the ground, and it was really, along with David Long, it was catapulted by the tough running of Evan Payne, and just how we saw Tungate do it in that first quarter. Evan Payne, untouched, kind of just coughed that up, kind of just fell from his belly, just how it happened to Tungate. Now we'll see if Stony Creek can capitalize here. Good field position at their own 39. Potenza and the offense of the Cougars go back out. Potenza gets the snap, quick drop, pump fake, looking deep, he's got Hilton, and Hilton's got it. Hilton, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Stony Creek. A beautiful ball from Frank Potenza. Adam Hilton with a great route, the classic pump and go. It is a 61-yard touchdown from Frank Potenza to Adam Hilton. What a first half for Adam Hilton. He is now well over 100 yards on 4 receptions. Big time play for the Stony Creek Cougars. Malarney on for the extra point. Snap down, it is up, and it is good. So 14-7 now as Malarney buries the extra point. And a big time turn of events there for Berkeley as they had it. They were driving behind the running of David Long and Evan Payne on that drive, but a fumble by Evan Payne, and then the very next play, Frank Potenza hits Adam Hilton, who has been giving Berkeley all sorts of trouble here tonight, and that time they used the pump and go, and Frank Potenza, what a beautiful ball, hit him perfectly in stride. I didn't know if Hilton was going to get to it at first. I thought it was going to be somewhat overthrown, but Hilton was able to get under it and showcase some of that speed. He took it in from there, and that makes it 14-7 now. Stony Creek here with 4:03 to go. But if you are Berkeley, I don't think there's any need to panic. Down just 7, your offense has done a good job moving the football. I think Berkeley has ran it well, and they've thrown it well. Obviously, defensively, you have to think about how you're going to stop Adam Hilton in that second half, as well as some other guys, too, who have gotten in the mix for Stony Creek. But offensively, you have to feel like you definitely can score another touchdown. But a tough break there. Payne coughs it up. Stony Creek scores the very next play to make it 14-7. So Malarney on to kick. 4:03 to go in the first half. Homecoming night, Stony Creek trying to spoil it. Rico Cunningham has that one at his own 5. Cunningham past the 20 to the 25, and he's going to be brought down. Good, clean tackle over there. Trying to identify that kid. It was number 50. That is Luke Lampkins on special teams coming down and getting the stop. So a 15-yard return. And now we do have a player down for Berkeley. Trainer's out. And maybe Rico Cunningham who's down. So applause of the crowd as, now check that was not Rico Cunningham. Apologize for that mix-up. David Long, the injured player, but he is walking off under his own power with the trainer by his side. So it'll be Berkeley football at the 26, not the 20. Check that. It's a 21-yard return from Rico Cunningham. 3:56 to go. So we'll see what the Berkeley offense does. We saw a run-heavy attack on their previous possession. And it is Drake Monroe in at quarterback now for the Bears. from their own 26. Drake Monroe using a hard count, now looking back to his sideline. Goes back up, looks like he may be changing things at the line. Monroe gets the snap. Monroe give to Jeremiah Watkins, and Watkins is going to be stopped. He may have gotten back to the line. So I think for Stony Creek, obviously you had that big touchdown run from Jeremiah Watkins in that first quarter, but since then they have done a great job of containing him. I think if you're head coach Bob Lancey, there's something to be desired the way you've stopped other guys like Evan Payne and David Long, but they've done a nice job up front getting pushed. I think where they've had issues is when when Berkeley takes it to the outside. So 2nd and 10, 3:20 to go. It's 14-7. Play fake. Monroe stepping up into the pocket. He's being chased down. Now Monroe's going to take it himself. Stiff arms one man, but then he's going to be brought down. He picked up a couple. He's tackled over there by number 65, Max Janney. So he picked up about 1 yard, and it'll bring up 3rd. It looks like about 8 here for Berkeley. 2:51 to go here, 2nd quarter, and now I think if you're Berkeley, they received to begin this football game. They scored in just a few plays, but now you're looking at potentially giving this thing back up with Stony Creek, a hot offense who would get plenty of time to move down the field. Then they get the ball at half. So an important juncture in this game for Berkeley. Long, moving left. Going to run off the left side. Long trying to get to that first down marker. Long's going to be brought down, carried forward, still well shy of the first down marker by about 4 or 5. We'll see where they mark him. He needed about 37 for a first down, and head coach Bob Lancey will call timeout with 2:13 to go. So they still have 2 more remaining and 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. So now, if you're head coach Billy Keenis Jr., you got to think about defensively. You have to do or emphasize to those guys, we can't let up any more big plays heading into the half. Keep this thing a 1-score game. I think Lancey on the other side, a guy who's 40-plus years deep as a head coach, will be sensing blood on the Berkeley side a little bit, trying to create some separation here. They're going to most likely, Berkeley might get 1 more possession here with little time left, but what it's looking like right now, up 14-7, a hot Stony Creek offense. They're going to get 2 more possessions before Berkeley gets another one. So it's 4th and 4 for the Bears. Sean Smike on to punt here for Berkeley. Nobody back deep for Stony Creek. Now someone will go. And it's a good kick. And it's going to take a big time Berkeley roll all the way inside the 20 at the 19. Can't say enough about the job that Sean Smike has done in this game. That's a great punt, and it puts Berkeley back, or puts Stony Creek back, but we do have a flag. So we wait and see what this one is, and Rico Cunningham is pointing in the other direction. Officials conversing, and we await word. It is a personal foul against the Cougars. There's going to be 2 penalties that are offsetting. So offsetting penalties. So Stony Creek will take over at the 19. So we had a pair of personal fouls there. And that's going to be closer to the 20 than the 19. So 2 minutes exactly, 2 timeouts for the Cougars. Got to see who is on Adam Hilton, and it is David Long over there, checking him. Got to keep an eye on him if you're the safety as well. Potenza, and they're going to set up a little bubble screen for Hilton. Hilton up the field, and he's going to be brought. Oh, he lost the football. He lost the football, and does Berkeley have it? Looked like they fell on it, and they do. What a tough break for Stony Creek. What a big-time break for Berkeley. Adam Hilton, who has been the best player on either side in this first half. And that ball has to be slippery out there because we've seen 3 separate occasions in this first half where the ball just slipped out of a player's hands when they were not even hit. Has now happened twice to Stony Creek, happened once to Berkeley. So now just like that, if you are Berkeley, you go from just trying to make sure you keep it a 1-score game to you have it at the 27-yard line, 2 timeouts, 1:51 to go, plenty of time. Try and get this football game tied. It's David Long under center, Rico Cunningham in motion, and they're going to fake the give. Long up the middle. David Long using that speed. He's going to be brought down inside the 20. All the way up to the 17-yard line. Looks like he's going to be just shy of that first down mark. Not moving the chain, so it looks like it's going to be inches shy. And they're going to measure this one. So that was close enough where they have to measure it. So either way, whether or not this is a first down, still prime position right now for Berkeley. You're looking at 2nd and inches or 1st and 10 from the 17, 1:43 to go. Berkeley certainly happy to take advantage of this. It is a first down. So a 10-yard run for David Long. And right now, if there's anything Stony Creek that Stony Creek is having a tough time with, it's David Long's feet.
Excuse me.
Berkeley trying to get this thing tied before the break. Clock's still not running. So wait for the official signal, and now we're good. So 1:40. Long from the 17. It's a QB keep right up the middle. He's going to bounce it outside like he's done virtually every other time. He held onto the football there. Stony Creek was trying to strip it. Looked like he picked up around 4 yards. Decent pickup on first down. Clock running. I don't think there's any rush at this point from Kissinger, but you have to be somewhat mindful of the time still if you're Berkeley. 1:06 to go. Cunningham in motion. And they're going to run the toss to Rico Cunningham. Cunningham going to try to bounce it outside. He is going to be brought down. Now you got to use the timeout if you're Kissinger, I would assume, and they will. So 56.8 to go. They tried to run the toss to Rico Cunningham. He couldn't get it to the outside. So 14-7 Stony Creek here with 56.8. So now for head coach Billy Keenest, you have to wonder, do you bring in Drake Monroe, to try and throw the football here on 3rd and 6. Sean Smite currently warming up on the sideline. So Smite warming up for a potential kick here. So 56.8 to go. Big third down here as Stony Creek tries to ensure that they go into half with the lead. It will be David Long coming out at quarterback here for Berkeley. Long in the gun. He's got Watkins next to him. Long is going to be throwing on 3rd down. Long looking to his right. Long is going to get rid of it. It's up in the air, and it will be down. He's inside the tackle box, so that will make it intentional grounding. Tough break there for Berkeley. David Long tried to get rid of it, but he was in between those hashes, and that will make it intentional grounding. We assume, we await official word, but I can't imagine anything else that it would be. The officials currently discussing it. Be about a 45-yard field goal from here if it is indeed grounding. Fourth down, and they're picking up the flag. I believe it looked like that's what the official signal. Still trying to get the line of scrimmage sorted out. Stony Creek is closer to the line of scrimmage from the last play, Berkeley, and then so it's going to be at the 28. So intentional grounding is the rule, is the call there. And Sean Smike's going to come in for a field goal here. So this is about a 45-yard attempt from Sean Smike. David Long is your holder. It looks like Stony Creek is set up for a potential fake. They have a couple of guys back. Snap, hold, Smike's kick is up, and it is just wide left. Smike had the leg power on that one, but missed it just left. And the effort gets some applause here from the Berkeley fans. So 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Stony Creek will get the football back. They do have 2 timeouts. So they will have the opportunity here to move it down the, trying to push down the field if they want. They do get the ball at half, so after just turning it over, you have to think that head coach Lancey may opt to just get to the half with a lead. Potenza is in the gun, so maybe not. It's a 2-4 football team. They may be trying to create some separation while they have the opportunity. Potenza gets it. They are throwing. They're going to run that one out. That's Tungate, and he's going to be brought down. He does get out of bounds, so they don't need to take a timeout. 32.1 to go. Picked up just a few there on first down. We'll see if they test anything downfield. Two timeouts, 32 seconds. 14-7, last score. Potenza to Adam Hilton. It was a 61-yard completion for a score. Here's Potenza. Potenza looking middle of the field. He's got Dargel, and Dargel's going to break it all the way down to his own 30 now. And now here is where Stony Creek will call a timeout. I believe. No, they're going to run. They're going to stay in the hurry. They have 2 timeouts left. Electing not to use them. Clock running now, 23 seconds. Potenza looking downfield. Frank Potenza looking for the home run, and oh, just through the arms of Jericho Barr Redmond. He got beyond the defenders there at about the Berkeley 21-yard line, but it went through his hands, or through his arms, just a little bit out of the reach. Not a bad ball from Potenza. And you wonder there, 15.3 to go now. If Stony Creek should have potentially just called the timeout. They do still have 2 left, so they can work the middle of the field here to try and set up for a potential Hail Mary before we break for halftime. We've seen Potenza's arm. We know he has the arm to try and complete something of that nature. 15.3 to go. Potenza gets the snap. Rolling to his right. Potenza looking downfield, and that one is going to be incomplete into the turf here at Hurley Field. Intended target there was Dargel, and coverage was Jeremiah Watkins for the Berkeley Bears. So 8.7 to go now. And right there, not quite sure why Stony Creek tried to work the sideline. When you have 2 timeouts, such little time, you're essentially looking for 1 to 2 plays max, and then you throw the Hail Mary. Nonetheless, 8.7. Stony Creek has 1, maybe 2 more plays left before half. Potenza gets the snap. Potenza looking, and that one's going to be Dargel. Oh, they ran a little hook and ladder, And Darden's going to be brought down, and will they get a timeout? I'm not sure if they got the timeout. It doesn't look like it. Berkeley is coming off. And Stony Creek's looking to their sideline, and they did get the timeout, I think. The officials discussing it. Looked like they called Berkeley back. And yeah, so head coach Lancey does get the timeout. They ran the hook and ladder. It wasn't quite there. And Adam Hilton broke it inside. So we will get one more play here in this first half. So Berkeley comes in. Just to recap, 1 second is on the clock. So we have 1 second. Here, and so the one play turnover battle right now. Berkeley is a +1. They had one fumble from Evan Payne on the Stony Creek side. They had one from Jordan Tungate and then one from Adam Hilton. Sean Smike did miss a field goal for Berkeley in this first half. It was a 45-yarder that was just wide left. You do not see many high school kickers with that type of range. Frankly, it was a surprise to see him shot it out there, but you saw why immediately. That one was nearly good and nearly had Berkeley within 4 heading into the half. So it's Stony Creek ball at the 50-yard line. Frank Potenza, the quarterback. His team huddles up. We'll see what Berkeley does defensively. Right now, it looks like they only got 2 guys deep. We know Potenza can throw at 50. We've seen him do it in this first half. 4 wide. 3-man rush here from the Bears. Potenza rolling right. Potenza, and he's got to throw that one to the turf. Good job by that 3-man front of Berkeley to get pressure. Potenza wisely throws into the turf, takes his team to the locker room with a 14-7 lead. So we have played 24 minutes here from Hurley Field. Your score at half: the Berkeley Bears the Stony Creek Cougars 14, the Berkeley Bears 7. Stay with us. Halftime festivities are on the way next, and then it'll be the second half of football. After that, you are watching OAA football, brought to you by CMN TV. And we are getting set for the second half of play here momentarily. Band still on the field, but both Berkeley and Stony Creek have made their way out onto the field for warm-ups for the second half, as the Stony Creek Cougars currently with a 14-7 lead, as the band now coming off and this crowd standing in unison as a nice scene here at Hurley Field. As again, this is a Berkeley team 1-5, but you would not know it from being here tonight. A big student section and a nice alumni turnout as well here for Berkeley tonight. Stony Creek, though, they have other plans, and it didn't start out well for them. It was a 31-yard touchdown run for Jeremiah Watkins early. The Sean Smeek extra point made it 7-0. That was just a minute and 12 seconds into the football game. Stony Creek would answer in the second half, though, after a long pass from Frank Potenza to Adam Hilton. Jericho Barr Redmond was able to punch it in from 4 yards out. That made it 7-6 after a Malarney extra point. That tied it up at 7-7 with 7:33 to go. And then later on, after an Evan Payne fumble, after Berkeley was driving, Potenza hit Adam Hilton on a 61-yard touchdown. It was a nice little pump and go to Adam Hilton. Hilton got beyond the defense. Malarney hit another extra point. That made it 14-7. Right before halftime, Sean Smeek attempted a 45-yard field goal. He missed it just wide left. That would have, of course, made the score 14-10. Berkeley had an opportunity. It was 3rd and 6 at the 13-yard line, and they went with David Long on the little QB rollout. He was pressured. He was being taken down, tried to get rid of it, called it intentional grounding all the way back at the 28. So it was loss of down, as well as the ball spotted where he threw it. That forced Sean Smeek into that long field goal attempt, and he was unable to convert. So it'll be Stony Creek getting the football when we begin here, as it'll be Potenza and this offense that has been testing these Berkeley defensive backs often here so far tonight. As we talk about both of these teams' last games, Berkeley, they're at 1-5 coming in. They lost their last game 62-0 to Oak Park. On the Stony Creek side, they were winners last week. They won 16-14 over Birmingham Seaholm. So that's a Stony Creek team. Hey, they were 1-4. You beat Birmingham Seaholm, and now you're here in a dogfight with Berkeley. You have a winnable game next week against Rochester. Rochester Adams is who they play in the final week. That could potentially be for playoff eligibility. And I mean, I haven't seen a ton of Adams this year, but I know with a quarterback like Potenza, you have at least a puncher's chance. So on the Berkeley side, like we said, the records for both teams aren't where either would like. You would assume both these head coaches that the records aren't where they would like, but on the Stony Creek side, they still have playoff eligibility on the line, and Berkeley trying to defend their turf here at homecoming. So the 12 minutes is up on the board. And it'll be Smeek into kickoff here for the Berkeley Bears. Berkeley in the navy uniforms, navy helmets, white lettering, and red trim. On the Stony Creek side, they have the all-white uniforms, green lettering, gold trim, and the gold helmets. As we are almost set to get underway here. Smike on to kickoff. Demetrol back deep to receive for Stony Creek. And it is up. It's received at about the 18-yard line. Youngblood ran into one of his own men off the 30, and he's going to be brought down right there at the 32. Making the tackle there on special teams for Berkeley was number 60, Robert Gibson. And the ball killer was Tungate. So it will be Stony Creek football here. Start with it at their own 31. Potenza has Jericho Barr Redmond in the backfield with him. Potenza the give to Jericho Barr Redmond off right tackle, and he's going to be brought down from behind. So he picked up about 2 there on first down. As Berkeley tries to get a crucial stop here to begin the second half. I have to figure Stony Creek will open it up at some point. Perfect night for football here in what has been a hot, last couple of weeks in Michigan. Finally a cool night for football. Rain has subsided. We'll see if the ball is any less slippery here than it was in that first half. Potenza fake to Jericho Barr Redmond, looking downfield. That pass on the mark to Dargel. Dargel is out of bounds near the 50. It is a first down. Move those chains out to the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 as Frank Potenza continues to sling it here for the Cougars. They're going to run a hurry up. Potenza has it. Potenza looking right. They're going to run another out route to Dargel. He's got 9 there. It'll make it second and short. Clock continues to run. Stony Creek continuing to push the pace. You see the amount of targets that Potenza has to throw the ball to. And go to Dargel, Hilton, Redmond out of the backfield. Here's Potenza, and they wanted a QB keep, but this could be a big false start penalty here. We'll wait word from the official. Oh, it's going to be offside. We got to assume that was a neutral zone infraction or an encroachment. So that will give Stony Creek another first down. They have it at the Berkeley 40-yard line. Right hash. As Berkeley scored a minute and 12 into this football game, they haven't reached pay dirt since. Trying to get a crucial stop here. 1st and 10 at the 40. Potenza fakes the give. They're going to set up a screen for Jericho Barr-Redmond. Look out, he's got speed and he can get in space, makes one man miss. Jericho Barr-Redmond goes up the sideline. He will score. No flags. Stony Creek starts off the second half in a big way. Well-designed play there for Stony Creek. Faked Hilton on that end around, set up a screen, and you get Jericho Barr-Redmond in space. He made one man miss. It was lights out from there. Big score here early for Stony Creek. 20-7. Malarney's kick is up, and the line drive kick is good. So Malarney, 3 for 3 on extra points tonight. And the Stony Creek Cougars, trying to move to 3 and 4 on the season, have taken a 21-7 lead as this offense continues to put up points. And so now, if you are Berkeley, it'll be interesting to see what they come out and try to do here. They've had success running with David Long as head coach Billy Keenest. Yep. We haven't seen a ton of Drake Monroe since that first quarter, so we'll see what he comes out with. Evan Payne has ran well. They've moved the football without question here tonight. Crucial drive coming up, especially with the success right now that Stony Creek is having offensively. I think Berkeley knows right now this is a critical juncture. Still just a 2-score game. A lot of football to be played here tonight. So here's Malarney in to kick off. He boots from the 40. That one fielded, dropped. Rico Cunningham brings it out to the 25-yard line, and that is where the Berkeley offense will start. And it does look like Drake Monroe is stepping onto the field. So the Berkeley offense gathering now, and 2 touchdown passes in this game for Frank Potenza III. And I think perhaps, maybe not more importantly, he's got 2 touchdowns, but he has taken care of the football. No interceptions. Has pretty much made the smart play at every possible opportunity. He had that one pass that was nearly picked off, deflected to Adam Hilton. But other than that, a very, very clean game for Potenza, and under wet conditions where we've seen the ball slip around a little bit. Here's Jeremiah Watkins off the right side. He's going to be brought down at the 35. Go past the 35. That's good for a first down. For Berkeley. So Watkins, who has really struggled getting going since that 31-yard touchdown run, finally is able to see a little bit of daylight there. 9.5 to go here in the third quarter. Berkeley on the ropes, down by 2 touchdowns. Drake Monroe in the gun. Cameron Johnson all alone. Top of your screen. Long in motion. And they're going to throw that one, Budzinski, and that one knocked away. Man in coverage over there for Stony Creek was Jericho Barr-Redmond. So the man who just took it 40 yards, and I'm not sure really, honestly, what Berkeley was trying to do there. It looked like just a little curl route, but Didn't look like it was there. Pass was intended for Budzinski. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Bears. Clock stopped. .9:07 to go. 3 wide for the Bears. Watkins in the backfield with Monroe. Monroe gets it. Give to Jeremiah Watkins. Old school look, no gloves, and he's carrying defenders, keeping those legs moving. And he's going to have a decent gain. Forward progress will give him 5, nearly 6. And it'll set up a 3rd and manageable here for Berkeley. So 3rd and 4 from the 42. They need the 46 for a first down. It does look like a little past it. Long goes up, marks something at the line. Long gets it. High snap, gives to Jeremiah Watkins. Watkins off up the middle, and he's got a first down past the 50. Down to the 49-yard line. Big time run on 3rd and 4 for Jeremiah Watkins. A little pushing and shoving going on after the play. And now we're going to get flags. And by the looks of it, it looked like the guys in gold helmets were the aggressors. We'll wait for official word, but this could be a big break for Berkeley. The officials gathering to discuss it right now. Jeremiah Watkins coming off the field. Bill Keenest, head coach, talking to that official over there. Now we'll see who this penalty was on, and another flag's thrown. This could be a significant penalty for Stony Creek. So we had 2 personal fouls that were offsetting, and then 1 additional penalty on Stony Creek, it appeared. Penalties are offsetting, it looks like. We did see that late flag. The ball is marked where Jeremiah Watkins, and now they're going to move it up. And they're going to move it up 15. So a personal foul after the scrum had already stopped is going to give Berkeley another 15 yards here. So take it all the way from the Stony Creek 48 to their 33. And now Berkeley is in business. They get the break they needed there, a 15-yard penalty, as they try to make this thing a 1-score game. Drake Monroe is your quarterback. Monroe gets the snap. Give to Evan Payne. Payne up the middle. Tried to go outside, but he's going to get a good gain up the middle. We saw he was trying to go off tackle. Nothing there. Remained patient. Went up the middle and got a good gain on first down there for Berkeley. 7:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Looked like he picked up 6 there, I believe. Actually, 4. 5. So it's a gain of 5 for Evan Payne. Makes it 2nd and 5 here for Berkeley. Monroe under center now. Don't see it often. Give us to Jeremiah Watkins. Watkins breaks 1 tackle. Watkins spinning forward. I believe he has the first down. He is very close. The official's right near that marker. And we wait to see what the official word is, but Jeremiah Watkins continues to run the ball well in this second half as Berkeley tries to get back into this football game, and we are going to get a stop for a measurement, I believe. So 7:14 to go, and coming out of the break, Stony Creek stormed right down the field. They set up a screen to Jericho Bar Redmond. 40-yard screen, his 2nd touchdown of the game. 1 receiving, 1 rushing. The Malarney extra point was good, and now that is where we sit at 21-7 and it is a first down. So another first down. Jeremiah Watkins, pickup of 5 on the play. Closer to about 6, actually. Ball's marked at the 23 with 7:14 to go. Berkeley tried to move to 2-5 on the season for Stony Creek. Trying to move to 3-4 and keep their slim playoff hopes alive. Monroe under center. 1st and 10 from the 23. Monroe, give, Watkins. Watkins, and another decent gain for Berkeley. Check that was not Watkins. I believe that was... Evan Payne on the carry. Evan Payne shifty up the gut. He picked up 6. Ball down to the 16. Three wide here for Berkeley, with Budzinski and Rico Cunningham to the right of Monroe. And that give is going to be to Payne. Payne trying to break it off the right side, and a great job by Stony Creek swarming to the ball. We do have a flag on the play. Making the tackle was Peyton Youngblood. And judging by where that was at, you got to think it was a hold. So costly penalty there for Berkeley. Either way, it was a negative play. So I guess if there's any upside, you get to redo 2nd down. It was 2nd and 4. Payne tried to bust it to the outside. There was nothing doing. So they're going to go all the way back from the 16 to the 29. So they lose 13 yards. They lose 13 yards on that. So tough penalty for Berkeley. It is 2nd and 16. Monroe from the 29 gets it. Looking out in the flat. Now he's taking a look and take a shot deep. Nobody home. Oh, we get a push after the play. No flags thrown. And that pass fell incomplete. Got a push after the play. It looked like Stony Creek was... The pass was intended for Evan Payne. And wow, we have a roughing the passer. Did not see that flag. We saw Evan Payne push the safety. So I was looking in that direction for a potential flag, but a roughing the passer call. And what a huge break for Berkeley here. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Ball now at the Stony Creek 14-yard line.
I was hoping they were going to walk out to the lead, but
5:47 to go here in the 3rd. Berkeley in business inside the Stony Creek red zone. Monroe from the gun. Give us to Jeremiah Watkins. It's worked so far on this drive. Watkins keeping those feet churning, and he's going to have a pickup of about 5 or 6 yards. Tell you what looms large right now is that Sean Smike missed field goal, not because of anything of his doing, but you take that intentional grounding call, and he was very close to hitting from 45 yards out. I have to think if that was 15 yards closer, it may have been money, and we're looking at a 1-score game right now. But 21-7, a little over 5 to go. Monroe in the gun, 3 wide. Give to Jeremiah Watkins. Watkins up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed. Peyton Youngblood, a big-time tackle to stand him up right there. It looked like Jeremiah Watkins had a lot of momentum going forward, but Peyton Youngblood was able to drive him back, and we are going to get a huge 3rd down here. Third and 2. Ball's on the 6. Have to think this is 4-down territory for Bill Keenest. We will find out. 4:25. Monroe in the gun. He's got Payne and Watkins in the backfield. They give us to Payne. They use their big guy in the short yardage situation, but he stood up. He may have lost the yard. Credit that Stony Creek defense. They stand tall. He was brought down by Jordan Tungate, and so Bill Keenis wants timeout here. And really a tough call if you're Berkeley. You got 4th and 2. It looks like they're still ruling it from the 6. I mean, you kick the field goal, maybe a sure thing. You take your points, but you'd still be at a point where you're at a 2-score game. I mean, it's tough to put the drive together that they just did. It doesn't look like they're going to kick the field goal here. Smike is still on the sideline. So I think this is the right move. You're at a 2-score game regardless. You've really had a tough time stopping this passing attack of Stony Creek. You're 6 yards away. See what you can do here. Worst case scenario, the way this ball's been kind of slipping around, at least in the first half, we haven't seen it as much here in the second. You hope for a break your way or hope to get a defensive stand. You pin them deep. Maybe they go conservative with the 2-score lead. Don't want to make a mistake and get that ball back in good field position. So I do think this is the right call to try and make this thing a 1-score game. 4:04 to go in the third. It does look like David Long is in at quarterback. So we'll see if that means run. They roll them out on 3rd and 6 right before the end of the first half. 4th and 2. Payne in the backfield with Long. Long gets it. He's going to throw. Is someone coming off the edge, and he's blown up. And it goes right to a Stony Creek defender. The beneficiary of that was Luke Lampkins, the defensive back for Stony Creek. I apologize, I cannot see him from here. But he came in blind. David Long did not see him coming. He came right off of the edge. That ball came flying loose, and Luke Lampkins was right there. You have to assume that will be ruled a fumble. It's the second Berkeley turnover of the football game. And credit that Stony Creek defensive coordinator dialing that one up at the perfect time. David Long did not see it coming. And that also gives Stony Creek a little bit more breathing room here from their own 9. And now, well, maybe that breathing room is going to get pushed back a little bit here. So 2 turnovers in the football game on each side, a couple of fumbles. And it is a false start, so that's a break for Berkeley. So it's 3:57 to go. They're unable to punch it home. Had the ball at the 6-yard line. So here's Frank Potenza. It's 1st and 15. Potenza looking to throw into his own end zone, looking deep down the field, down the seam. Incomplete, and we get a flag. And I think that was the right call. He was pleading. Hilton was pleading with that back judge. Didn't get it from him, but the sideline official threw that one, and it looked like Hilton got held. And what you have seen, I think, in this football game from Bob Lancey, really at every turn, is 100% confidence in junior quarterback Frank Potenza. And the fact that this kid's a junior is scary. He has shown incredible poise all night long. Big arm. He's been accurate all night. And had Hilton not been interfered with there, we may have been talking about another big gainer through the air for Stony Creek. I think if you're Berkeley, that's the right move. It's not a spot foul. He can't run past. No clear path fouls in football, so give him the 15 and go from there. So here's Potenza off the right side, showing off the wheels for once today. He's past the 40, all the way down to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 20, but we do have another flag. This one may be coming back. Even if that one does come back, I think Potenza showing off the legs. We've certainly seen mobility in the pocket from Frank Potenza. That doesn't always mean from a quarterback that they have the legs, but Potenza really looked good running the football there. It is a holding call, though, and that's a big one for Berkeley. So 1st and 20 now. I don't believe that'll be 1st and 20. That ball was marked as 24, so it's going to be 1st and 16. So Berkeley catches a break. Potenza the give to Jericho Barr. Redmond, he lost the football, and Berkeley's on it. Jericho Barr Redmond. 3rd fumble of the football game for Stony Creek. And it's coming in, walking in, and driving into the game today. I figured this might be a sloppy one. Fumbles certainly a part of that, but also incompletions and accuracy, maybe some interceptions. We haven't seen it from the quarterbacks. I think Drake Monroe has been sharp. Obviously, Frank Potenza has been a little bit more productive, but Drake Monroe has really thrown the ball well too. Where we have seen the conditions come into effect, I mean, primarily in its entirety is on the ground. 3 fumbles now for Stony Creek. We have 2 for Berkeley, and now a big opportunity for Berkeley here. We have 3:33 remaining in the 3rd. Monroe back in at quarterback. Give to Watkins. Watkins up the middle. He keeps those feet moving. He's got a pickup of 5 or 6. The original line was at the 21, down to the 15, so it should be about 2nd and 4 here for the Bears. .305 to go. Berkeley trying to end any Stony Creek playoff hopes on their homecoming. People breaking out the umbrellas here at Hurley Field. Rain starting to come down again. Monroe give to Jeremiah Watkins off the left side. Watkins has room. He's got the 1st down. He is inside the 10-yard line, brought down out of bounds at about the 8. So Jeremiah Watkins, we talked about coming into this second half, and then early on in the second half, we talked about how he had been kind of cold since that 31-yard touchdown run to get the scoring going in this football game. Since then, he has really shouldered the load for this Berkeley offense. He's coming off the field right now, and he has a little bit of a limp, so that's not good for Berkeley because he has been by far the most productive offensive player in the second half. 1st and goal at the 9, so somewhat of a tough situation for Berkeley. And especially with Jeremiah Watkins out of the football game. Monroe fumbled the snap. Still gets it off. Over to David Long. Long turns it up inside down to the 6 or 7 yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Fortunate there, Drake Monroe. He fumbled the snap. Still was able to get off and turn it into a positive play. I think obviously it goes without saying that at this point in the game, Berkeley could have ill afforded to lose a fumble at this spot. The ball's at the 3, so that was a pickup of 6. So that goes from a near fumble. Drake Monroe picks it up, stays poised, able to get it to his athlete in the slot, David Long. 1:39 to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd and goal from the 3, trying to make this a 1-possession football game. And Bill Keenest wants timeout with 91 seconds remaining here in this 3rd quarter. So, I mean, some may question the use of a timeout here in what should be a close game, but this is such a crucial play here for Berkeley to get this into the end zone and make it a 1-score game. And you could talk about the way Stony Creek has moved the football, the job that they've done through the air, but the fact of the matter is Stony Creek has put the ball on the ground 3 times in this football game. And, I mean, there is obviously no guarantee that that won't happen again. So Berkeley, they forced turnovers here tonight. Even if some were unforced, they have, forced turnovers on Stony Creek. Now they're looking to punch it in and make this a 1-score game. Just a moment ago, it was 4th and goal for the 6. Berkeley elected to go for it. Stony Creek brought a blitz from the edge, forced a fumble. Lampkins recovered, but then Stony Creek fumbled it right back. Jericho Barr Redmond, his first fumble of the game. Here's the give to Payne up the middle, and he got nowhere. I think he might have picked up 2. So it's at the 1 yard line, 3rd and goal. So you wonder if you're Bill Keenis, Drake Monroe. You wonder if they use that big body to try and sneak into the end zone. It looks like it's almost inside the 1. We're coming up on the 1 minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. You got 2 plays to get a yard if you're Berkeley. Keenis under center. They're going to run the sneak. Is he in? Wait for that official signal. Looked like he may have gotten enough momentum. That play's still going. They're going to say no. I thought, my initial view was that Monroe had crossed the plane and his forward progress was stopped, but he's pushed back. And we're going to have 4th and goal here. Clock is running, 30 seconds. And you wonder if Keenis wants to get this play off, or does he want to let it run out, switch sides. Rain is coming down here at Berkeley High School, or Hurley Field. 15 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if they get this off. Ball is, a hair away from the goal line. It is extremely close. We have 7 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Drake Monroe, excuse me. He's going to go under center. Will he get it off? No. He will not get it off. I don't even know if they were paying attention to that clock. So, we will take a quick break here from Hurley Field. Big play coming up at the other end of this timeout. They're going to switch sides. Stay with us. An exciting 4th quarter ahead. You're watching OAA White Football on CMN TV. And we are getting set to begin the 4th quarter here from Berkeley High School. I'd like to thank those of you for joining us. And a huge play in this football game coming up soon. The ball is currently inside the 1 yard line. Just a moment ago, the Berkeley Bears ran a quarterback sneak on 3rd and goal from the 1. Drake Monroe was unable to get into the end zone. We'll see what they elect to do here. It looks like it's going to be David Long at quarterback. So the ball, he might have gotten pushed back by a few inches there. It looks a little farther away than it did on 3rd and goal. Here we go. Long under center. He's going to go on the sneak, and I think he got in. We will wait for word. Stony Creek is celebrating, and he didn't get it. Absolutely brutal for Berkeley. He did not get it. They ran 2 QB sneaks from inside the 1 yard line. First with Drake Monroe, then with David Long. Maybe try to get the smaller guy in there. Lower center of gravity. You just kind of sneak under everybody. That didn't work. They used the bigger body on 3rd down. That didn't work. And that's really a tough turn for Berkeley. If there is a bright side, Stony Creek is currently inside their own 1 yard line. So any mistake, and they've made a few of them, putting the ball on the ground, any mistake here would be disastrous. Potenza's in the gun, and we get a false start, so it's going to be half the distance. So you can move it a half inch, maybe. I don't know. Not far. There isn't a ton of room over there. So Berkeley still bound, just 2 scores, but they're going to look back on this football game, assuming they don't come back here. You had 2 possessions from 6 yards and in, and you didn't score on either of them. Pretty back-breaking for Berkeley, and we may have another penalty coming here. The good news for Stony Creek is they can't move back much farther than they already are, so they could sit here and commit a bunch of penalties. This rain is coming down, so it's somewhat surprising to see Potenza in the shotgun. I guess that may make more sense if he's more comfortable than under center, but the rain is coming down here. Potenza, they're going to run a receiver screen, and it's going to be dropped. So, and we talked about it. there at the end of the third quarter, or I talked about it, the trust that Lancey has in Potenza. And I was referring to where they were. The rain wasn't coming down yet, but from his own end zone, they're running quick slants. This rain is starting to really come down here at Hurley Field. But yet, still electing to throw the football here. Or a mistake could easily get Berkeley back into this football game. And I think if you're that Berkeley defense, you have to sense it here. You have to give everything you have because this may be the last chance to truly get back in it. Potenza looking downfield. He's got Dargel. Oh no, he slipped out of his mitts. He got behind Rico Coleman. It was a great ball. And how many times have we said that today from Frank Potenza? But with that rain coming down, what we've seen today, the usually sure-handed Dargel couldn't keep that one in. So now you got to wonder what Lancey wants to do here. Do you punt from the own? You're going to be punting from your own end zone. Do they run to get themselves a little breathing room, or do they throw it downfield to try and get this first down? Lancey is a guy who has 40-plus years experience. He has 4 trips to the Division I state finals, so you got to trust his judgment. 11:36, Bar Redmond in the backfield with Potenza. Potenza looking downfield. Potenza being pressured. Potenza throws it, and it's going to be incomplete. Good job by Potenza there. Get rid of that thing. There were defensive ends, defensive linemen in hot pursuit. So now, Malarney will come in to punt, and he won't have 10 yards. He's going to have just a little bit of room to breathe, and we'll see what Berkeley does here to try and attack. Here with 11:29 to go. Ball inside the 1, and when I talked about the upside of Berkeley not getting it, obviously you want to score, but this was it right here. Malarney literally his heels approaching that goal line under his own goalpost. Malarney has it. Malarney does get it off, and it's a pretty good punt. Fielding that one is Rico Coleman. Coleman at his own 37, trying to get to the edge. Coleman past the 35. Rico Coleman all the way down to the 30. So I think all things considered for Stony Creek, not a horrible result there. The defense has shown an ability to stop Berkeley once the field gets tight. So you put your trust in those guys once again with 11:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. Berkeley just 1 timeout remaining, so we'll see if that plays a factor at any point. On the Stony Creek side, they have all 3. And some fans starting to head for the exits here with that rain coming down. So it'll be David Long in at quarterback, 4 wide. Payne in the backfield. Here's Rico Coleman in motion. And David Long, looked like that play got mixed up, but I think fortunately for him, there was a penalty. We await the call. Stony Creek players are signaling the opposite way, and they're signaling correctly, as it is false start on the Berkeley Bears. And that will make it 1st and 15 now. So we've seen almost an equal amount, really, of David Long and Drake Monroe in this football game. Long, of course, used primarily in running situations. I think maybe with the conditions becoming what they have over the last 10 minutes or so, you elect to go with Long. 4-man front, 5-man front, actually, really, for Stony Creek. Here's Long trying to make something happen. Oh, he makes one man. He got rid of a guy somehow down to the 30. David Long nearly lost 5 yards on that play. Instead, he turns it into a big gainer. Not even really a big gainer. He picks up. They move it all the way down to the 26. So it looked like Long was going to lose about 5 to 6, setting up 2nd and a mile. Instead, it's about 2nd and 6 here. So Long has Payne with him along with Watkins. 3 wide. Long to give to Watkins up the middle, and Watkins is going to be brought down by a couple of different Stony Creek defenders in on the tackle there. Number 56, Kevin Cox. So 3rd and 5 here. Ball is on the 23-yard line. Berkeley, 3rd and 2, they're going to call it. And obviously, if you're Berkeley, this is 4-down territory. That goes without saying. 10:28 to go. David Long with Payne and Watkins in the backfield. 8 in the box for Stony Creek, and that was too easy. Ball's loose, and I believe Stony Creek's on it. Stony Creek brought the house. And the fumble looked like it was recovered by Tungate. So 2nd fumble of the game for David Long. 3 fumbles apiece on each side now. Turnover differential 0. And Berkeley unable to take advantage of the favorable field position. And now for Stony Creek, he looked to put it away. But Potenza in the gun. And if the last drive, last possession was any indication, Potenza's still going to be throwing the football. Give us to Jericho Barr Redmond. Redmond reverses field, going off that right side now. Jericho Barr Redmond all the way down to the 34 to pick up a 9 on 1st down. Jericho Barr Redmond, 2 touchdowns in this football game. 1 on the ground, 1 through the air on a beautifully executed screen pass. Potenza also hit Adam Hilton on a 61-yard touchdown. On the Berkeley side, they struck early, 1:12 in, a 31-yard touchdown run from Jeremiah Watkins. That was 1:12 in. They have been unable to score since. They had 2 possessions inside the 6. One of those being, you had 2 plays from inside the 1. With a QB sneak twice, got stuffed twice. They're still down 2 scores. Potenza in the gun, Barr Redmond behind him. To give this to Jericho Barr Redmond, it looks like now Stony Creek is content to play keep away. Looks like he may have gotten the 1st down. It's very close, and they're signaling 1st down. So move the chains. Clock stops momentarily. And I think if you're Berkeley, you'll look at the the missed opportunities in this football game. Obviously, at this point, you fall to 1 and 6, assuming there's no comeback today. We'll get to kind of the way their future looks in a moment here. 8:51. Potenza in the gun, and they're content to run this thing out, move to 3 and 4. And that one is given to Jericho Barr Redmond. Barr Redmond, he's going to go down at about the 41, right at the 41. He picked up 6. It'll bring up 2nd and 4 here for Stony Creek. Jericho Barr Redmond, senior running back. Listed at 5'11", 160. Berkeley can only stop it one more time. 21-7, 8 minutes to go. And they're going to run a play fake. Potenza rolling out. Potenza going to keep it on the ground. And bringing him down over there was number 51, Anthony Watson. Nice job giving chase there. Budzinski helped him out on the edge. And so he's going to lose a few there, and that's going to bring up a pretty important 3rd down. Berkeley still in this football game if they can get a stop. This is 3rd and 9. We'll see if Berkeley is able to get the stop here. We'll see who they elect to bring in at quarterback, because you'd have to think that they need a quick score. Only with 1 timeout. 3rd and 9. 7:20 to go. Potenza in the gun. Potenza looking downfield. That one is, a big hit delivered. A big hit delivered. You hope that looked like a clean hit. That was Evan Payne who delivered the blow on Tungate. Good clean hit. Didn't hit him Didn't aim with the helmet. Yep, Tungate just kind of walking off slowly. Hope that he is okay. He appears to be. So a big stop there for Berkeley. Malarney into punt. Malarney gets it off. Good kick. And that one muffed. He's got a fall on it. He does. Past the 25, now past the 30. He's going to be brought down at the 35. And that was Kyle Domzalski on the return. So not a bad return, and now 6:58 to go. We see Drake Monroe in that huddle right now for Berkeley. So they're going to have to strike within the next few minutes. But they do have time, and they did get the ball. So a big stop. It looked like for a moment there, Jericho Bar Redmond was just going to run this thing out. But the D toughens up and gets their offense the ball at least one more time here. So it'll be Monroe. He has Watkins and Payne in the backfield with him. Four-man front for Stony Creek. Base 4-3 defense. Monroe steps up into the pocket. Drake Monroe being pressured, and Drake Monroe just nowhere to go. Stony Creek, nice look defensively. They brought a little bit of a delayed blitz from their linebacker. Monroe's going to lose about, well, it looks like he got back to the line. But Monroe, just no time there to let that thing develop. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock running a little over 6.5. Monroe from the gun. He's got Watkins on his right hip. It's Rico Cunningham in the slot. Small but shifty. Or excuse me, that's David Long. David Long comes in motion. They're going to fake to him, give to Watkins. Watkins off the left side, brought down at the 40. So a good gain there, pick up of 5. But unfortunately for Berkeley, they're going to need a little bit more right now. 6 to go. Clock running. Obviously in 4-down territory here. They're going to need a big play if they want to get back into this football game. Looks like the rain still coming down a little bit. It's coming down hard here, early in the quarter. Berkeley was able to force a punt, and Malarney for Stony Creek, their punter. He had about not even 10 yards between he and his line on a punt, but he was able to get it, and Berkeley got it at the 30 after the return, which wasn't a terrible situation for Stony Creek, all things considered. 5:22, Monroe, play fake, looking downfield, and that one, nobody home. And I think there was some miscommunication there between Drake Monroe and Jake Wilson. Because it looked like Monroe was maybe looking for someone to run a corner route. Jake Wilson was in the middle of the field. So nobody home. That will bring up a 4th and 5 to try and keep this thing going for Berkeley. Otherwise, barring something unforeseen, I think Stony Creek might be able to run the rest of this thing out, or at least close to it. Drake Monroe, 4th and 5. Try and keep this thing going for the Berkeley Bears. Looks to his sideline. 4-man front for Stony Creek. Long in motion. Fake to give. They run a little quick slant off the hands. That's a tough way for this thing not to end quite yet for Jake Wilson. That was a good ball from Drake Monroe. In these conditions, we've seen the ball get off a couple of guys' hands, and he would have had the first down. And so I think for Berkeley, obviously it's been a tough year. You look at this game, they did some things very well. Notably, they ran the football very well. Jericho Bar Redmond had a nice game, but he did not go crazy. I think the Berkeley front four has done a nice job against the run. Obviously, against the pass, you left a little bit, or quite a bit, to be desired, frankly. But, I mean, Frank Potenza is one of the best quarterbacks that you will see in this area. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks play football, but the precision, the accuracy, the poise he has in the pocket, you don't find it in a lot of places, especially from a junior, so credit him. 5:11 to go. Berkeley can stop it one more time. Jericho Bar Redmond goes up the middle, and he's brought down after a pickup of 2. And Berkeley not using their final timeout yet, doesn't appear. So 4:55 to go, not yet in kneeling territory, but this for Berkeley becoming dangerously close to being out of reach. Homecoming night, they had a big crowd on hand. Great halftime ceremony and plenty of opportunity here in the second half. They just unfortunately couldn't capitalize. So here's Potenza, under 4.5 to go. Fakes to give, they give it to Hilton on the end around. Hilton, and a good open field stop. That's Budzinski, and you know, with the score being 21-7, not having a great year, that's a way to stick to your assignment, not give up, and keep this thing alive here. A little over 4 minutes to go. Still, if they get a stop here, don't know what head coach Rob Lancey would do in this situation. He tries to pin him deep. Still one timeout. Keenest hasn't used it yet. So Potenza, 4 wide. Tungate in the backfield. And they're going to run this one with Potenza. Potenza going off the right side. He has the first down and a lot more. Potenza all the way down to the 25. Oh, no. Potenza hurt his knee. And at a situation, wow, you hate to see that. What a game the kid was having. It's an 11-yard run. And in a situation where this game was, pretty much won. He went down, clutching that knee. Training staff out there now. And Frank Potenza on the field. Players on the knee. And that was a 3rd and 6 play call to run it with Potenza, and he had the first down, had this thing, wrapped up, and they probably likely still do have it wrapped up. But now your quarterback, who was really, controlled this football game from an offensive standpoint, there's no question about it, cannot put any weight on that right leg. So it looks like now he can put a little bit of weight, so that's encouraging to see. Walking off gingerly with the assistance of some of the staff from Stony Creek. So 3.5 to go. Crowd has thinned out considerably here at the Berkeley side. (21-7) your score. That first down should put it away. See who the new quarterback is for Stony Creek. And it's going to be Peyton Youngblood. So we've seen Youngblood used as a receiver and on defense. He's had a nice game, really, on both sides of the football. And now he's going to be put in to seal this one here for Stony Creek. Youngblood to give to Redmond, and he's going to be pushed back. So you wonder if they call a timeout here. Still not a lot of time, but enough time for a miracle. No timeout called yet from Berkeley. 2:55 to go. It's going to be 2nd and about 12 here. Check that, they're going to call it 2nd and 11. So 2nd and 11. 2:35 to go. Ball is on the 26, just shy of the 26. Peyton Youngblood, the man under center. Not under center, he's in the gun. Youngblood, the give, and that's to number 18. He's going to be popped immediately. That was Nick Fuller on the carry. Now 3rd and 11. Berkeley still holding on to that last timeout. I don't know what they're conserving it for. Potentially after this play. No, he didn't call yet. Under 2 to go now. Third and 11. Youngblood coming in. And obviously a good win for Stony Creek. But assuming they hold here, will take a miracle. But obviously the injury to Frank Potenza III kind of putting a dark cloud over this one. 90 seconds to go. Youngblood, the give, and brought down, standing up and trying to strip that football free, and looked like he got close to it. And it doesn't look like Keenest is going to call the timeout. So 4th and 9, and Berkeley's just going to let this thing run. .50 seconds. Last play, 4th and 9. Youngblood gets the snap. Give is to Nick Fuller. Fuller is going to get the first down, I believe. Looked like he was pushed forward across. And that should do it with 37.3 seconds to go. So Stony Creek will move to 3-4 on the season. They will take on Rochester next week. 2-4 Rochester, 2-4 going into tonight. Rochester don't have any updates from their game. And for Berkeley, it doesn't get any easier. They take on Farmington Hills Harrison next week. Youngblood to give, and that one he's brought down in the backfield. Nice job by Budzinski. Budzinski's really done a nice job on this final defensive possession. A couple of nice tackles. And that should be the last play. So Stony Creek, they get 2 touchdowns from Jericho Barr Redmond, 1 from Adam Hilton, 2 throwing touchdowns from Frank Potenza III, but Frank Potenza III looked like he suffered a knee injury there late. We'll see if Youngblood is the guy heading into their game against Rochester. Berkeley struck first with the Jeremiah Watkins touchdown, but that is all they could muster after their touchdown, 1:12 in. Stony Creek scored the next 3 from there. They win it 21-7 to move to 3-4 on the year, and Berkeley moves to 1-6. I'd like to thank you for joining us. You have been watching OAA White Football, brought to you by CMN TV. And once again, your final: Rochester Stony Creek 21, the Berkeley Bears 7.